Hi, my name is Brittney Batson, and welcome back to my podcast, Single on Purpose. I am very excited to get into our episode today because it's going to get pretty good. I promise you. You don't want to miss this. I want to start off with a question, though, lady. So, what if I told you that the fastest way to find the love you've been praying for is to fall madly in love with your purpose first? In today's episode, I want to talk to the women who have been asking, when will it be my turn? When will I get married? When will I have a child? When will I have a boyfriend? When will someone choose me? When will someone see me? When will it be my time to be loved? Let me tell you, girl, I want you to first think about this question. What if purpose is the love you've been overlooking this entire time? So let's talk about discovering your purpose. Not only does it heal your heart, but it also positions you to attract a love that is on the same path and aligned with you. So, let me tell you a little personal story and why I believe this and how I believe that this can help you get a new perspective and possibly attract a more aligned type of person. I remember a time when I was chasing love, right? I think we all can, chasing a person, a text, attention, validation, whatever it is, and thinking that if I could just find the right person to fall in love with, that everything would be perfect, that I would be complete. Well, we have learned, or if we haven't learned, then guess what I did learn? I learned that I was lost and I was unfulfilled, and that relationships were not the place where I could even be the best version of myself because I didn't even know who I really was. And at that moment, I had to stop searching and I had to stop looking for someone to complete me. And I had to start building my life on something that was so much deeper. And I want you to know that is my purpose and my love for God. Okay, so what does that exactly mean? So, your purpose, I believe, is something you were designed and created to do. And when you have that and you know who you are and you're secure in God's love, I believe it gives you the opportunity to really truly know who you are, walk in that authentically and attract that person. I believe in the beginning when I was um, hurting and I was insecure and I was dealing with a lot of brokenness, I was attracting the wrong people because I was looking for the wrong people. I was looking for validation and attention. Um, I wanted something to fill the void and the hurt in my life that I had been feeling. And you want to know something crazy that I didn't even know? I didn't even know my choices and my picks were showing that. But the type of attention, the type of guys, the type of relationships that I was kind of looking after um, were actually showing the truth. And the truth was that I was hurting and that I was in deep need of understanding my worth and my value. And I think your purpose and really helps you connect with God, but it also helps you connect with yourself and the people around you in a completely different way that I think will help you start to value yourself and value your life and value relationships in a different way. I want you to know it can help you become more magnetic in the right way. When you set your standards not on the wrong things and not on insecurity and your brokenness and your past and trauma, then I believe you give yourself the opportunity to really step into a relationship that could be possibly more fulfilling. And I want you to know that a woman that walks in her purpose is so different. I think you'll come to notice that too as you start to really walk in your authentic purpose and self that God created you to be in His love, and knowing that, hey, God created me for something so much bigger than this. I don't even want to do this anymore. You start to step away from things, people that you used to do, you used to talk to, you used to do, but you realize, hey, this doesn't really suit who God is calling me to be anymore. And it doesn't mean that you're better than someone. It doesn't mean that you look down on them. It just means, hey, I just don't do this anymore because God's called me to something else. He's called me to something greater. And that's when I started to really realize that, hey, God really does love me. He does have a purpose for me. I don't have to compete for this purpose. I don't have to be jealous or envious or compare myself to anybody else because my purpose is unique to me. And not only that, I do believe that the right person won't pull me away from this, won't hurt me, won't take away my time, won't ask me to stop, won't detour me, but will actually propel me and push me towards my purpose. And I think it's so important to understand that first for yourself, that you are loved by God, and to understand what true love actually is. I think some of us really think love is what we've seen growing up, what we've experienced, and we never really actually take the time to really sit and think, hey, what is love to me? Is it what I've seen? Is it what I've experienced? And is that what really love is? And honestly, y'all, I thought love was what I had experienced my entire life, what I had seen. And I had to go back, all the way back down to the basics and realize, hey, actually, I think you have love defined wrong. Love is not what you grew up thinking it was or is. Love is completely different. And I started to learn, you know what? I want to know what God defines love as. What is love in God's eyes? And when I started to spend time with God, I started to take walks, listen to music, go to church and volunteer, and start to really understand God's character and God's love for me, I started to really understand how to love myself and love other people. And I realized that, hey, I don't have to wait on someone to love me for me to understand how to, one, work on myself and understand that, hey, I need to work on myself. But I also didn't have to wait on someone to validate me, to bring love to me, because I already have love inside of me. And I have love from a place that no one can take it away from. And I want you to know you have that same love. And you don't have to do anything for it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to go do anything for it. You don't have to accomplish anything. You don't have to make a certain amount of money. I want you to know right now you cannot be more loved than you are right here in this moment. And that is because of who created you. So I want you to know that love right there is so powerful, and it should really encourage you and inspire you to, hey, look at yourself in the mirror differently. Look at yourself and say, hey, I want to walk in this love. I want to know that, hey, God thought I was so special that he designed and created me with a purpose, so much so that it's unique to me. Nobody has a purpose like mine. So it's my job, it's my duty, it's my goal to really discover all of who God created me to be so that I can walk in that purpose authentically and walk in it in the best way that I can with the time that I have here on this earth. And I know sometimes we may think, hey, this is so deep, this is so serious, or why does it have to be? It's really not. It's actually so much fun. As you discover more of who God is, I'm telling you, your mind will be blown, your heart will grow so much bigger, and you will start to walk in a humility that makes life so much more precious. And you start to really appreciate life in a different way, and the people around you, and love in a different way, and love yourself. And it's so beautiful because you start to realize, hey, my purpose isn't really just for myself. My purpose is so much bigger than me. And when you understand that, you'll actually make a connection with purpose himself. And you'll start to understand, wait, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I don't want to spoil it all, because I always say, hey, you have to go along the journey for yourself. You have to come to realize this when God is ready for you to. And when God is ready for you to, it doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter how many books you've read. It doesn't matter how many counseling sessions you have. I truly believe when you have that encounter with God, it's life changing. And that is when your heart posture will change, and you'll realize, hey, I don't even really want to do this just for myself. I want to walk in my purpose to honor God, to honor my body, to honor the gifts he has given me, and to honor the people around me. You start to live for such a deeper reason than a surface reason. And all of those things that you used to struggle with, you'll see God start to kind of tear them down. You'll see God start to walk with you through them and wash them away. You'll see, hey, better habits and routines will start to come into play because you're focused on something greater and more positive. And you will start to say, hey, I'm not even attracted to those types of men anymore. I don't want men that I have to chase after. I don't want men that don't call me back. I don't want men that can't make a plan in advance. I don't want men that don't want to come and drive and pick me up. Or I don't want a man that doesn't want to compliment me or doesn't want to protect me and provide for me. I don't want a man that hurts me or puts me down, but I want someone like God. I want someone like the love that I already have. And when you realize that, it's this connection that you make that nobody can tear down unless you let them. But when you're so focused on it and you put it at such a high value, you will not put anyone or anything above it, because just not worth it at the end of the day. There is nothing and no one worth the love that God has for you and the purpose He has set for you. Period. Point blank. There is nothing worth it. And I believe that because I have walked it and I continue to walk it. And it's a daily choice that I have to make. Is this worth the love that God has for me? Is He worth the love that God has for me? Is this relationship, this friendship worth the love that God has for me? The purpose that God has over my life that He's already shared with me or that I'm coming to find and coming to know? Is this worth it? A lot of times, a lot of the people that we're attracted to, you may realize the answer is no. They are not worth it. And it becomes easier to walk away and say, you're not for me. You're not the one for me. Because the one for me will push me towards God, will push me towards my purpose, will push me towards love, will push me towards getting to know who I am and healing and provide that space, that safe space for me to do that and to sit in my most womanness that I don't have to worry so much and be so fidgety and anxious and scared and protect myself from you or from that person because that person provides it for me. And I believe that when you are able to love yourself from God's love and you love yourself and other people from that same love, you're able to receive that love. How many times have you in your life been broken and hurt, and when someone said something nice to you, you didn't want to hear it? You don't want to hear it right now because you're broken and hurt right now, right? I see that as the same thing, that when you're broken and hurt, especially when it's something big and sometimes traumatic, it's hard to receive love. You don't really want it. You don't really want it, right? You want anything other than that sometimes. And sometimes we stay in things just because we're scared to walk away. But I encourage you to sit and think, hey, and ask yourself, is this pushing me towards God? Is this pushing me towards love? Is this pushing me towards happiness and joy? Is this pushing me towards my purpose? And if not, take a second and reevaluate it. Take a second and ask, hey, would God want me here? Is this where God wants me to be? And only you can answer that question. No one can answer it for you. It's a journey that you have to go on. You have to be true to yourself. And sometimes you are going to be called and asked to walk away from certain relationships. Sometimes people are going to be called and asked to walk away from you if you're not healthy for them, right? So it's so important for us to realize the truth. And the truth is that we can walk in happiness and the fullness of joy, and we can be healed, and we can, in our mind, in our hearts, and our spirit, it can be renewed, right? And we can grow into better habits and into a better lifestyle. It's possible. You just have to do the work. Journal. That is so big to me. Pull out my journal. I have so many journals, and just journaling what I feel and what God is speaking to me or what I'm going through. I promise it works. It is not new to humanity. This is ancient, and it is actually scientifically proven that journaling is really therapeutic and it really helps. And spending quiet time with yourself, playing that song in the background and just sitting with yourself. I would tell you, I had the hardest time sitting with myself. I thought it was the weirdest thing ever. But learning that, hey, I need to learn how to be with myself and learn how to love myself, but also learn what I love about myself and learn what I don't like about myself and what I could possibly work on. And when I say don't like about myself, it could be, hey, I kind of get angry really quick when I don't like something. I don't really like that. I want to work on that. I see that as a weakness. And weaknesses aren't bad. Weaknesses are opportunities. They're opportunities for you to say, hey, how can I grow in this? And sometimes your weakness is the very thing that pushes you towards your purpose. If you find healing, if you hand it over to God, if you say simply, hey, God, I'm struggling with my anger. I get really angry sometimes. Can you help me find the root of this? Can you help me find healing so I can walk in freedom? I want to walk in joy. I don't want to get angry at people and yell at them out of nowhere because I'm frustrated or emotional. And a lot of times, let me tell you, I'm speaking from experience. It comes from insecurity. It comes from fear. And that fear can come all the way down to when you were little. That there was this moment in time where you felt out of control and you got hurt. And the best way to protect yourself is to be defensive and to jump in emotion and anger so people back up off of you. But now it's time to let that go. It's time to say, hey, you know what? That's not going to control me anymore. It's time for me to move on because I want to be free from this so that I can walk in love and I can walk in joy and I can walk better in my purpose. And when I do that, I'm not going to actually be attracting the same person that I would have been attracting when I was angry and upset and yelling, but I'm going to be attracting a different kind of person now with joy and happiness coming and exuding from my body and my mouth and my posture. Completely different man. Okay. So I really want to encourage you to know, hey, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. I had to realize, hey, I'm going to give this to God. I'm going to say, God, hey, God, I give my husband to you. I want to focus on you. I want to give all of my heart to you right now. I'm going to put it to the side. And it took me a little bit of time to adjust and to really, really, truly give my heart to God, because I thought because I was single that my heart was all in with God and I was really single, but I wasn't. I was actually spending my time doing everything else but spending time by myself and with God. I wasn't single. My time was spent going on trips, going out to eat, hanging out with friends, doing this, doing that, staying busy, everything but being alone, everything but being with myself, everything but sitting in the quiet, everything but spending quality time with God. And I promise you, when you start to do that, you will start to see certain things are going to shift and start to change. And you're going to want to do it. You're going to want it. You're going to say, I didn't take my walk today. I didn't spend time with God today. I didn't journal today. Your spirit will start to crave it because you need it. You need it. It's so powerful and it's so important. And it helps you shift and grow into a better woman. And when you do that, you will be calling and attracting a better man. I promise you. And hey, how awesome would that be to truly find a man that's walking in his purpose? Now, I want a man that's walking in his purpose and that loves God. But I have to be doing the same thing. I think it's so important to, hey, realize what you're asking for. And if you're not doing it or at least pushing towards that, you might want to start so that when you have the opportunity, you don't miss that person, but you're aligned with that person. And there, sparks can fly and great things can happen. And it doesn't mean that person's going to be your husband and be the end, but it could be a potential person for you. You never know, right? Life is about getting to know people and seeing and going along the journey, but it's about making good choices as well. We don't just want to get into a relationship because we're lonely. We want to take that loneliness to God and say, God, teach me what to do in this time. And sometimes, God, I'm lonely and I'm hurting and I just want to be lonely and hurt right now. It's okay. You're human. Get through that. That doesn't mean go back and call someone that you know you shouldn't be calling, that you are moving forward from. Don't go backwards. Stay focused. And when I say stay focused, stay looking up at God and stay looking forward. Stay looking forward. Do not look back. It's never worth it. Stay looking forward at your purpose because you are worth the wait, girl. You are worth marriage. You are worth far more than rubies, is what it is told and written in the Bible to all of us. Let's not act and let's not be anything less than that and accept anything less than that. But let's also walk in our purpose and stay focused on God. So when the time comes and we're aligned with the right person, it's no thing. It's a blessing. Like, God, yes, it's about time. And it's an awesome thing to be able to articulate and say, hey, this is who I am. This is what I stand for. This is my purpose that God has called me to be. And guess what? I wonder what our purpose will be that God has called us to do life together and what it will be like with you and I. So just because you have a personal purpose and he has a personal purpose, if I truly believe when you get married, when you're dating, you can have a purpose together as well. That's an awesome thing. Once again, it helps you stay focused. It helps you push towards something. It helps you really, truly see life bigger than yourself and live for something bigger than yourself. And I think that's one of the most beautiful parts that I've learned about being a Christian and I've learned about being single is that life is so much bigger than what I used to think it was. Life is simple. And I really encourage you to get Single on Purpose and read that book, and just it will help you and guide you to discover that. And I think it's one of the best and sweetest discoveries that I've ever discovered in life. And I would have never thought that because I spent so much of my time chasing and running after things and people and guys and attention. And now it doesn't take me long. I'm like, no, thank you. You're not willing to come pick me up. You're not willing to plan a date. No, thank you. I have other things that I have been called to do during this time. I'm not going to do certain things because I feel that God hasn't called me to do certain things to be with a man. So I'm going to keep my standards and my value because I know who I am and I know that I'm loved. And even in the hardest times, I realize, hey, it's okay. I'm going to journal about it. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to spend time with God. I'm going to walk. I'm going to go to my group of friends that I know I can trust and that will pray for me. And I'm going to keep going in those moments and become stronger. And I truly think that as you move more and more forward and through those different obstacles, you just become a stronger woman anyway. So don't settle. Don't let your standards fall. Know that you're loved. Know that you've been called. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are purposed and God has a plan for you. Get to know that plan. Get to know that purpose, because I promise you, I really think that your purpose could lead and land you right in front of the person that God has created you to be. And you know what? You never know unless you try. Okay, thank you for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in the next episode, girl. You got this. We're living single on purpose.